Yeah, I was a former high school principal for a few years, and I would totally agree with you that the work at schools is not just about having this wonderful, exciting, never boring educational opportunity. The work that happens in social and emotional awareness, get along with other people, and really why we need our students to be here, so that they can have those to do that work. But I do think that need a lot of support in now creating a place where students' needs are met, because students' needs 15, 20 years ago. I want to say, we've got two schools here of superintendents who have done everything they can, not just to make sure that they're helping parents address barriers and challenges that may affect attendance, but creating school environments like in right now, where children are going to be able to thrive and do their very best.
Thank you. And Dr. Ferrer answered beautifully, and it's so amazing that she has that background in education as well as public. The only thing that I would add is school districts have done a lot of work in really understanding neurodiverse students, how students learn differently. Sometimes when a student says they're bored, it's because the work isn't difficult enough. Sometimes it's they're just not able to process what they're being taught. So there's been a lot of work on understanding universal designs and different types of learning opportunities and making sure that we are individualizing our instruction. And there are going to be times when, I raised 7 children. I understand a child saying, I'm bored, I'm bored. He's saying, well, that's a great, when you're bored, your mind has opportunity to expand, to create. Let's think of all the things that you can do while you're bored. It is teaching structure and routine and responsibility, but in order for them to stay in school and enjoy school, we have to understand their specific style of learning, make sure we understand what moves them, what excites them, address some of the barriers that unfortunately a lot of our children face.
I think we released some data maybe late last year. There is a vaccine registry for the state, so I want people to understand we get our information from the vaccine registry. Whoever is administering the vaccine is supposed to be entering in that information, so it's fairly accurate. We definitely have a decline. We've been seeing a decline over the last few years since the pandemic. I think it's probably increased a bit. We have our work cut out for us, though, because as many of you know, this new federal administration is also cutting funding for much of the public health work that we do to make sure that people have information about vaccines, vaccine safety, the schedule, places to go to get their questions answered. And with the loss of funding that we've already experienced and the potential increased loss of funding this up is going to make our job much, much harder.
Yeah, so declining enrollment is a significant issue, not just in LA County, but across the country. For a lot of reasons, more affordable areas, waiting longer to have children, and people are actually having less children. Reasons why declining enrollment is happening, it does have a direct effect on school budgets, because here in California, the average daily attendance, or that drives the funding to schools. So yes, we know that the decline is having an impact in some of the districts. They are looking at closing some schools and downsizing, reevaluating how they use their funding to address the declining enrollment issue. It is going to probably to be an issue. Looking at the numbers, there's an expectation that more and more districts are going to be facing decline. Oh, it's millions and millions of dollars. I mean, besides the fact every misses school, besides the fact that they're missing out on opportunities to learn, they're missing out on their meals and socializing with their friends and getting services at school, the district is losing dollars. And I can tell you it's significant. I worked for one of the largest districts in LA, and I was responsible for their attendance. Millions and millions of dollars that were lost due to poor attendance. You know, districts have to monitor their budgets and they have to be fiscally sound. So when you see children, I mean, it's a no-brainer. We need to address this issue. We need to invest more in attendance counselors and mental health. And I also want to say one other thing, students and families that have experienced, trauma and the stress of all of this, it's also the educators. There's something called secondary trauma. And when you are a teacher or a custodian or anybody that works closely with kids and you're hearing these horrific stories and children that are terrified, it has an impact on education as well. So that point that we also have to take care of all of the educators that are doing such an amazing job caring for our children. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Duardo. Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez, Dr. Ferrer, and Superintendent Knowles. That ends the press conference. Thank you so much. If you have some questions, we'll entertain them on this side over here. Thank you.